So your head's up to this. I don't know whether it's a 5-minute quickie or a longer podcast. We'll see. I might just put it out anyway. But what is the simple way to beat procrastination? To throw away that little medal of honor that I'm a procrastinator? Well, I've got it. It is simple. It's easy. And it's so easily doable that you can't not do it. So if you really want to kick procrastination where it belongs, have a listen, and then let me know what you feel like and how it worked. Have a listen after this.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hey, my friends. Back for, I think it's going to be a 5-minute quickie. I'm sure it is. But I want to talk about good old procrastination. I was going to do this, I think it was about a week ago, but I put it off. And then I was going to do it yesterday. No, I didn't. I've only thought about this today. Well, actually, I put it together today. And I wanted to record it on the same day. Well, it's in my head. So I didn't want to put it off. Because I knew it's important. It's important to me. And I think you might find it important to you. Because this is really simple. A really simple way of beating procrastination. Because you know what? Don't you just love it? Not. That some people, they seem to wear procrastination as a badge of bloody honour, don't they? You know, they just seem so proud of being, well, I procrastinate all the time. Have you noticed? They never procrastinate about procrastination. A little play there, because that's, you know, they just seem to love the word procrastination. Now, for me, I get so pissed off with myself when I look back just before I'm going to sleep at what I didn't do. It really pisses me off. And I know in my heart, and I know this is not a thing to do, by the way, because it's not a good practice. It's not a good practice to just get pissed off, because that's just a negative emotion. It's either anger, it's frustration, could be guilt, could be all sorts of those blooming things. And you're actually heading yourself towards them. So we don't do that. So I really want to remember the good. So it does twist my mind sometimes when I get like that. And I think, hang on a minute, before you go to sleep, Cluffy, let's remember the good stuff that we've done. Let's remember individually through the day what I've done and how well I did it. And you see, the more you do that and remember it as being good stuff, you will do more good stuff. I promise. Because it's just a fact. It's a fact. The more that you praise yourself for doing good stuff, and praise yourself honestly, not just, oh, wow, you were really good at that. No, was it good? Did you get a good result? Or did you put your best effort into it? Don't forget the result. Did you put your best effort? Did you apply your best you? Did you get a personal best? Did you really go with full intention? Did you do a process, or did you do something? And look for the qualities that you did well. So it could be the qualities within a quality. And I promise you, when you do that, you will get more of the same. And the thing about this is, when it is true and honest praise, it raises all sides of your game. All different areas of your game will come up too. So if you see other people doing stuff, maybe they're not crushing it, but they did that one little bit. Tell them how well they did. Tell them how good it makes you feel when seeing them do that. And you will see the next time, not only will they do that better, but the other stuff will come up. Now, that isn't the simple thing about procrastination, by the way. That is just it. But then I think to myself, so why do we procrastinate? Why do you? Do you procrastinate? Sure you do. Do you? That's why you're here, aren't you? Not just here to procrastinate, as you wouldn't be here if you were procrastinating and listening to this. You wouldn't be listening, would you? But if you think about it, where did I go there? But if you think about it, why do we procrastinate? And I had to think about myself. Well, sometimes it's maybe fear. Simple as that. I'm scared to do this thing. I know I want to do it. I know maybe I've got to do it. Maybe I can't put it off. But I'll put it off a little bit longer because I'm scared of maybe not being able to do it. Maybe I'm scared of being seen as an imposter. I'm not, I shouldn't be here doing this stuff. Who am I? Who am I to do this stuff? To put myself up there? Maybe I have some guilt about it. I have some guilt about doing it and I have some guilt about not doing it. So now I've got a conflict and the guilt is working in both ends of the spectrum and, or maybe I'm just embarrassed. I'm embarrassed about putting myself first. Embarrassed about showing myself. We say, singing from our real voice, our true voice. Showing up being the real us. Maybe we get embarrassed about that. Maybe we get guilty for that. Maybe we feel imposter. It just goes round in circles, doesn't it? And if that's a big part of your life, not just in procrastination, but it's coming up in other areas of your life, well, you should work on that, shouldn't you? And there's loads of blooming episodes here, certainly in the PDU podcasts, and go through the back catalogue. I say that again. Go through the back catalogue and you'll find lots of episodes which will just jump out at you and they'll help. There's loads of other stuff. If there is a part of that, whether it's fear, anger, guilt, sadness, imposter syndrome, embarrassment, or whatever it is, being the real you, if there's something like that and you can't find it, let me know. Email me, feedback@, personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. We'll do an episode around that. And so we'll get you out of that. But that's if it's starting to affect other areas of your life. If there's just a little bit of procrastination you've got going on as well keep listening because this is all help. But I wanted to look at a blooming simple way to overcome procrastination. Oh, my dear. Let's have a look at one simple way to overcome procrastination. Well done, Cluffy. You got it out. What is it? Now, this isn't clickbait. This is, one of the reasons you may not start. You've got the fear. And the reason you've got your fear, your imposter, your guilt, your embarrassment or whatever is because you haven't got clarity. And you need to get clarity on what you're bloody doing. Sometimes we don't even know what we've procrastinated about. We just know we haven't done it. But done what? What we're going to achieve. So we need to get clarity. And what do we have to do? We stop before we start. Now, surely that's procrastination, Cluffy. Well, it would be if we stopped before we started and then just kept stopping and not starting. Because there's another step that follows immediately after the stopping. Because I don't want you to push yourself into anything and find out you've gone wrong. Or you've gone off at a tangent. Or you didn't understand. And this is what it is. Maybe we didn't understand where we were headed. So we headed in a direction we thought we were going. And then, now these things come on, so I didn't bother to even, I didn't quite procrastinate. I procrastinated on finishing. I started it, because some people think procrastination is just not doing anything, but you can procrastinate in the middle of something. So what you have to do, before you start, you need to stop. Counterintuitive. And immediately follow that stopping by asking yourself, what's my intention for doing this? What do I want to achieve? Simple. I'm lost for words sometimes because I know I don't do it either. Sometimes I'll start something or I won't start something because it's too big, but I don't even realize what it is. How can it be too big if I haven't told myself, what am I trying to do? And why is it important to me? Or what will it allow me to do when I've done it? Because if you can answer those questions, because you've stopped to get clarity, you've said, well, this is what I want to achieve. And I want to achieve it because this is what it's going to allow me to do. And it's important because of. Now, all of a sudden, you've got a motivation. Now, some of that motivation might come through fear because I need to get this done. And it's important that if I don't, if I do it, I won't get that bollocking. I won't fail at doing stuff in the eyes of my colleagues or my bosses. Now, that's a move away. I get that. But we're only talking about a little bit once we get to the habit of knowing, but what will that allow me to do? So that takes, now we're going into the towards what the result will allow you. The successful result will give you. What will allow you to do. So now we've got a bit more clarity. So this is what I'm doing. This is why I want to do it. This is why it's important. I've got a clear specificity, I love that word, of what we're doing, why it's important, what's my intention, what will it allow me to do. You can do that in 1 minute. You can spend more time if it's a big project, but literally you can do that in 1 minute. You've now got clarity and you've also got focus. And then what you do is very quickly, you think of a time when you started something, not like this, but you started something and you just knew you had that clarity. You knew the why. And it was a great success. We've all done it in something. It doesn't have to be related to this. It could be in a different context, but just a memory where you did something and it was successful and you enjoyed it. And when you think of that, go back there now. Just go back to that memory. Go back into the memory. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel those feelings. Don't have to do it for too long. Just feel those feelings. And when you feel those feelings, commit to the first step and go. And when you do that, because these are small baby steps now, you see, because we're going to break it down into what's the first smaller step I can do towards this. So I'm now focused again on the small step. And I know what's going to allow me to do, to achieve, and what will I be able to do, and why that's important. And I'll commit to that second step. And when I've done that second step, I'm going to think, what am I trying to achieve with all of this? What's my intention? When I get it all done, what will it allow me to do? Why is it important to me? Think of a time again. Get that feeling. We can start anchoring that, couldn't we? And take that, what's the next smaller step? And keep doing those small steps because you're going to repeat, wash and repeat, wash and repeat. All you're going to keep doing is making sure you refocus. You're going to stop very quickly for the next step. Refocus. What's my intention? What am I aiming to achieve? What am I aiming to achieve overall? And what am I going to achieve in this small step to allow me to achieve the global, the big picture? Get that feeling again. Do the small step. And you're committing to this every time. So it may only take, this small step might only be 10 minutes of an hour you've put aside for the number of steps, but I'm only going to focus on this one step. And as you get that success breeds success. And you feel good about yourself. And because you feel good about yourself, you're going to do more. Baby steps all the way till the end of that hour, maybe. And you look what you've done and you go, WTH. Oh, that was brilliant. Now you're praising yourself. Honest appraisal. You've shown up. You're good. You're good to go. And you've achieved something. Now you've got a memory, another memory, that if you wanted to use, this is something of great success. I can go back to this memory. In fact, I can anchor the way I feel right now, having achieved something. This is my feeling of achievement, of having done a process. I have a strategy now of achieving things. What was it about procrastination? Well, it doesn't exist anymore now because we've now found the 1, 2, 3. It's 3 simple steps. Wash and repeat. 3 simple steps. Find your intention. What can I achieve? What am I aiming to achieve? Why is it important to me? What will allow me to do? Get that baby step, get that feeling and do it. You've got that. You can never procrastinate then because you know now why is it important to you. Because if it's not important to you, you'll choose not to do it. End of story. End of. And that's how you beat procrastination, with that simple process of getting clarity. Take away the overwhelm. Get clarity in where you're going, what you're doing, what you want to achieve. And it's not rocket science. It's simple. In simplicity, there's genius. WTH. That's what I say to myself. I write it down a lot in my journal now. When I read things, WTH. Well, I actually write out the words. And I feel, yeah, absolutely, Cluffy. We've brought it down to a simple step and I can use this every time. And when you get to this isn't project specific now, is it? Specific. It isn't project specific. It works on everything. Absolutely everything. From the moment you get up to the bit about going to sleep. Just before you go to sleep, maybe you just want to stop. What's my intention? I just want to sleep. I want to rest. What will I achieve? I'll achieve rest. I'll achieve reboosting my energy banks. Maybe there's some healing there. Why is that important? Because sleep is good. What will it allow me to do? Well, tomorrow morning, I'm going to hit everything, just like I hit it today. Can I think of a good time when I slept before? Oh, good morning. We're off again. So you can do it for every moment of the waking day and obviously now the sleeping day. So there you go. Hope that made a little bit of sense. I hope it made, but not perfect sense. And if you can think of it, even reducing those steps even smaller, let me know. Let's really get it down to something that's even more simple. We don't make it too simple that we miss out the important steps, but we don't make it complicated because too many people make it complicated and too many people wear that bloody badge of honor. Oh, I'm a procrastinator. No, there's another word for you. But you can do it. You can do it because I believe in you. I really do. I believe in you. So let's go do it right now. Just like half hour ago, I wrote some notes because I decided I'm going to get some notes about procrastination. I'm not going to put this off, but I didn't know how this little process worked. And it came to me just as I wrote it down. Then I've taken the dog for a walk. Then I've come back and I've recorded this straight from the lip. Hey, have more fun than you can stand. In fact, stop. Just think, what would it be like if I had more fun than I could stand? What would I be able to achieve? Why is that important to me? Now let's go do it. Enjoy. Have fun. Ta-da. Hey, I love how you spend your time with me. It's awesome. There's so many other distractions around, so much noise, and yet you've spent some time with me. So I love you for that, and I'd love you even more if you shared this episode or just shared the podcast, the Personal Development Unplugged podcast, to everyone you know. It will make such a difference. You won't believe the difference it makes. It'll make a difference to me because it'll make me happy. It'll give me joy, give me bliss. But it'll also change the world for everyone you know, everyone you share it to, because they'll get something out of this. They can't not get something out of this. So if you do that, that would be awesome. If you could, please put a little, what do they call them? A review, not a testimonial. Put a review on your platform. iTunes, if they call it iTunes anymore, would be a great place to put it because that's probably the most important one. But Castbox or anywhere else where you listen to this, if you just put a review up. If you do and you tell me about it, I might just send you something. You never know. And I don't want it to seem like a bribery, but oh dear, Cluffy. And also remember, there's loads of stuff at paulcloughonline.com. There's some premium hypnosis tracks, awesome stuff there about creating a sanctuary in your head, a special mind palace in your head, being able to instantly relax just like that. That's another program. There's my Supreme Inner Confidence. There's Free Your Life of Anxiety. Top class, top-notch programs. And they're so cheap. But because they're so cheap, it doesn't mean they don't have value. They have supreme value because I've done it for you. Anyway, have a look at that, paulcloughonline.com. And also, when you're there, just go to paulcloughonline.com/podcast and you get there to sign in for all the free hypnosis tracks. There's over 50 and they're there for you and they're downloadable, so you don't have to bugger around, trying to get online and things. You just download them to your little listening device of choice, stick your earphones in, find a safe place, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, and boom, make the changes you want to make. All right then. I will see you on the next podcast because you'll be in your mind and I'll be in mine, in yours. Until the next time, my friend. Bye-bye.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind. of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.